just watched Suicide Squad on Netflix. I've enjoyed it. I've seen it about 10 times. Okay, it's missing. You could say it's missing depth or everything else, but just to see the characters on the screen and in some way it's still sort of light. It's just fun to see criminals at it, and as I say, I love Jared Leto's Joker. I like the way it's written. It's something new, something unique, and stuff like that. Um, and staying on the Joker. Some people have had problems and with how certain characters get played, and some people didn't like the portrayal and everything else. And to be honest, I mean, Heath Ledger was okay. He'd done it, but it was the way it was written, everything else, and then Jack Nicholson, he was okay, and it's just different variations of a guy with so many faces. And now we're having, is it Joaquin Phoenix or something? And he's playing the Joker next, and we've seen the makeup, and it's not really what you would call close to what we consider to be Joker makeup. But see, that's just it. It's a character that gets played around much. It depends on who's playing him, how the writer is writing him, and how the director wants him to be portrayed to fit into the vision he wants. So you get all these different variations of the Joker, and let's just say, for instance, Two-Face, played by Tommy Lee Jones. That's one variation. Um, but there's a variation out there, like that you see in Arkham Asylum. That's another one, and Tommy Lee Jones was okay as Two-Face, but he was too happy, too cheesy and back. So there's something out there that we can get a hold of. Maybe Titans, when we seen the wee clip of one of my favourite villains, Scarface. Maybe we can get a good rendition of everybody. But who would I like to see in the big screen playing the Joker? I would love to see Mark Hamill, and I'll give you the reasons why, of course. Um, I've seen pictures of him, I've read interviews, and he's a comic geek. He was on the set of Star Wars, and he was reading comics, and he was telling his co-stars about the comics he was reading. So he's a geek, and he's passionate, and he's been an icon for my generation and for many other people, because he was like Luke Skywalker. But he's done everything else. I saw him in a manga film, The Guyver or something as well. And then it was in the Kevin Smith movie, Jane Silent Bob Six Pack. But he's a geek foremost, and of course a lot. All the comic book fans know him to do the voice of the Joker. He did it for the Arkham games, and of course, famously, he did it for the cartoon series. And he's got a similar voice to when he plays the trickster in the Flash TV series of just now and in the past. But when he goes and does the voice of the Joker for the cartoons, he gets in the head and he starts, as he's saying his lines, his body is acting also. So, I would love to see him as the Joker, and you might say, oh, he doesn't have the body for it. To be honest, apart from Jared Leto, if we look at the comics, Joker was a tall, slender sort of figure. Jack Nicholson definitely wasn't that. And Heath Ledger was okay, but he still had a bit of weight. So for me, it doesn't matter. But I would just love him to do the voice. And because I know how crazy he could be, because when he puts on that voice, he acts nuts and crazy, and I've seen him do the Trickster and the Flash, and people can surprise you. One person surprised me was like Mel Gibson, when he played a badass in the Expendables movie. It was one scene in the van I thought it was quite scary at. And Sean Connery in The Rock, when he smashes the glass to the interview room, and it says, I know it was you, you're effing idiot. You know, he's sort of menacing stare. It was pretty good. So for me, looks is not important. Voice isn't, mannerisms isn't, but to have somebody that has voiced him, and for many people, when they read Joker comics now, or when he appears, or when you see him on screen, you have that whiny sort of Mark Hamill voice going through your head. So to see him on the screen would be pretty good. And again, but just because he doesn't have that sort of, stardom or weight behind, a way of superstardom behind him, or history of acting or anything like that. But the fact that, for me, like Ben Affleck, and he's a fan of the comics, just like the guy that's in Madam Secretary. I can't remember, his voice is just escaped me. His name's just escaped me just now. But he plays the husband in Madam Secretary, and he does the voice of Superman. Now, I'm not saying I would want to see him as Superman, but it's that sort of idea. It's that fan service, and that if it was announced tomorrow that there would be an Elseworld with him doing that, or alongside Mark Hamill being the Joker, I'm up for it. Sign me up, So let us know what you're crazy, if you've got any crazy fantasies or ideas of who you might want to see. And as I say, I've just watched Suicide Squad 2, and I know there's Suicide Squad. I know that there's talks about rebooting it and everything else, and maybe the term reboot is just because they don't want to say this happened before or after the last one. It was just, here's a new bunch of characters, or here's the same ones, but we're going to do it this way. And we still have Margot Robbie, we still had Will Smith, we still had that adaptation of that version. Who knows, 10 years down the line we might see another cut of the Joker. It's still a fun movie, still to enjoy just now. It's out there. People know, or people have an idea of what Suicide Squad's about, so they'll invest in it again. And of course, it's got the Ben Affleck bit at the credits. So I'll shut you down, me and my friends. Sad enough, and then at the credits you see produced by Zack Snyder. And this is how invested again this guy has been, and some of the actors that have been investing in this, no longer the DCE universe. So it's worthwhile just enjoying for those, for those ideas, for those that the people actually did want to give you these films, and whether you like it or not is not important. The fact that there were directors and actors that wanted to do the best for you. Well, this is my thoughts. Let's know what you think. DC Vigilante out.